What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the COD HQ update for Black Ops 6, file sizing, and a new overhaul. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and real quickly, for those out there that wanted to know more about pre-order bonuses for Black Ops 6, I know I got a question asking if any other bonuses are going to be released. Here's one right here. You can get this specific poster for picking up a copy of the game over at GameStop, so once you put even a couple bucks down for any version of Black Ops 6, you should be able to get your hands on this poster while supplies last. It's unclear how many of these they have at each GameStop, but try to be quick if you do want one of these posters. I'm sure either way these will pop up on eBay or some other website. I know the COD Online shop also has a bunch of brand new Black Ops 6 merch, but yeah, if you're considering picking up the physical Steelbook edition of Black Ops 6, then you'll probably get your hands on this poster if you put some money down relatively soon. As a big FYI, there's plenty of brand new article coverage also going up on dkdynamite.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty. Got you covered with Modern Warfare 3, the upcoming Season 4 Reloaded update, which drops on the 26th, and of course, got even more when it comes to Black Ops 6. But let's start off with this report when it comes to split screen. So for those that weren't aware, Black Ops 6 does support split screen, but only on current gen hardware. That means PS5 and Xbox Series X or S. Obviously not on PC, but you can only do 2-player split screen with Black Ops 6 on a next gen console. Hopefully that is very clear. It was confirmed in a recent COD blog post about Black Ops 6 that this is going to be the case. I don't see split screen really going anywhere for the foreseeable future, but I know back in the day we had 4-player split screen options and of course the ability to use that feature on, let's say, consoles like PS3, Xbox 360. Split screen really hasn't gotten the best support over the years. I know there have been plenty of bugs with split screen in some recent COD titles that did get fixed after a while, but luckily the idea of split screen gaming is still alive and will be present within specific copies of Black Ops 6. But when I was at Treyarch as of about a week and a half ago, I did learn a bit of information when it comes to the COD HQ application. So just to clarify things for everybody, COD HQ is simply a launcher. It's not an individual title. It doesn't mean that Black Ops 6 is quote-unquote DLC for, let's say, Modern Warfare 2. It just so happens that Modern Warfare 2 is the first Call of Duty to utilize the COD HQ launcher, hence why platforms like PlayStation or even Steam recognize new Call of Duties after MW2 as this downloadable content pack DLC for MW2. That's the only reason why that's been the case, when in reality it is just a new way for you to launch Call of Duty. I understand on PC it's a little bit simpler to understand how the launcher works because you can choose to install specific packs that you want or uncheck certain modes that you don't want, whereas on console when you download the game, you could of course choose which mode downloads first, but it ends up downloading every mode as a package. And that was the case at least for MW2, but when it came to a game like MW3, it was a bit confusing since folks out there were essentially installing MW3 and then with some remnants of Modern Warfare 2 left over, to where they then had to uninstall certain Modern Warfare 2 packs if they didn't want that experience also on their game. I do believe some folks out there also had to download Warzone and then had to choose to uninstall it later if they didn't want it. So I get there's plenty of confusion with how COD HQ actually worked, but either way, with the way they've built the launcher, it is meant to be much smoother and much more optimized than the Warzone 1 era, which was kind of all just stitched together with tape and kind of holding on to the Modern Warfare 19 application, even when integrating a set of weaponry from Black Ops Cold War and even a game like Vanguard. So over at Treyarch, they did confirm to us that they are ensuring it is a more streamlined experience and streamlined launcher when it comes to Black Ops 6 integrating with COD HQ later this fall. They clarified for us that this launcher exists because of the new unified engine with Call of Duty. That means every Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2 will be on the same engine, and there's a big reason for that, which I'm going to circle back to. But the good news about COD HQ is what they mentioned about streamlining the UI, right? The look and the feel of COD HQ. They kind of implied that they're probably going to collapse all the Modern Warfare specific content. It'll still be there somewhere in COD HQ where you can click on it and then maybe choose to install MW2, DMZ, MW3. That'll still exist, but I think they're going to ensure that Black Ops 6 really takes over the COD HQ, where you can really tell that it is the main game. It is the prime experience that is going to be active for the next year or whatnot. I think it was made pretty clear to us creators at the studio that the COD HQ launcher could use some work and could be laid out a lot better, especially to give the current and active Call of Duty a lot of time in the spotlight, right? Give us that classic Call of Duty main menu again, where you have that iconic look and unique design that no other COD had, you can still do that with COD HQ, even if you have to scroll somewhere else in the menu to come across some older CODs like MW2 and 3. Still keep that there, but really make sure Black Ops 6 is in the spotlight and you don't accidentally just scroll over some Modern Warfare or Warzone content when that's not what some BO6 users want to see. So here's why having all CODs in the same engine makes sense, and here's something that I made very clear, especially on the recent podcast. The omnidirectional movement alone makes Black Ops 6 feel like a Black Ops game despite being in the Modern Warfare engine. This was something that a lot of folks were worried about, right? With Black Ops 6 being on the MW engine, or what is officially the COD Unified engine. I know MW2 just happens to be the first game to use it in recent years. With all that in mind, people are like, oh, Black Ops 6 might just feel like an MW game. And that's not going to be the case because of movement alone. But I think what's an important aspect of the Unified engine is the fact that developers can help each other out a lot more often if need be. It won't be a case where Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer is working on a project and they need help from Treyarch, but then Treyarch's like, oh wait, we don't work on that engine, so we'd have to learn how your engine works and have to figure out how we can assist you, which creates a scenario like with Vanguard Zombies. Treyarch couldn't just plop over round-based assets or Outbreak assets to VGZ, Vanguard Zombies. They had to make that from the ground up and didn't have enough time to do so. I'm not a dev or an engineer, nor am I pretending to know more than what a content creator probably does about game development, but here's what I'm thinking, right? With the Unified engine now, we shouldn't really ever see a period of time again where a COD release is unfinished or something is just uncooked because there wasn't enough manpower working on that engine to get the job done. Now, you guys may have missed this during the Black Ops 6 Direct, but I believe one of the images we got shown at Treyarch Studios about a week and a half ago was shown live on stream, and you can see what appears to be a mock-up of the new COD HQ overhaul for Black Ops 6. Keep in mind, this is early footage. This may not reflect what the menu actually looks like, but it may be going back to the actual basics of a Call of Duty menu with some style, of course, right? You could see what appears to be a box for campaign, then multiplayer, one for zombies, even ranked play, I believe, and there's some other screens that we can't really come to understand just yet because it's obviously very blurry. This would be huge if this is what you see when you boot up COD HQ, especially when Black Ops 6 integrates with the launcher later this fall. Obviously, information about Warzone and Modern Warfare can probably still be found in this menu if you scroll down or click on a certain tab or something, but it's certainly going to be the best looking COD identity-wise with the new COD HQ and Unified engine. But I would hope that whatever happens with this UI overhaul becomes a staple for every COD moving forward that also gets added to COD HQ so that you can at least feel like you're playing an exclusive experience with a badass, unique menu for the amount of time that that game is in its prime. But with that out the way, there's something that I believe has also sparked a bit of controversy in the community about the file size of Black Ops 6, and I know something was said on, I think, one of the store listings that apparently Black Ops 6 is going to take up about 300 gigabytes in size. That is absolutely mental. Now, the first thing I'll say, I think with using some common sense here, no Call of Duty has ever required that much space. I mean, a console alone barely has 500 gigs. I mean, I think more like 460 or something when you take away all the other built-in aspects of the console's interface. But I mean, no Call of Duty has ever really peaked past 100, and that's with the base game and Warzone being installed at once, right? COD Updates also provided the following information. So they said the estimated file size currently displayed on the Black Ops 6 pre-order pages does not represent the download size or disk footprint for Black Ops 6. The sizes as shown include the full installations of Modern Warfare 2, 3, Warzone, and all relevant content packs, including all localized languages combined, which is not representative of a typical player install experience. Players will be able to download BO6 at launch without downloading any other Call of Duty titles or all of the other language packs. The actual estimation of BO6 file size will be available closer to launch. And that's what we expected, right? We're not going to hear about file size till, what, way after the beta. We're talking probably early to mid-October, a few weeks before the game officially drops. Now, I love that they clarified that you don't have to download any other COD titles when picking up Black Ops 6. I think MW3 may have gotten a bit messy because of carry forward and because it was their first time dropping a second game on the COD HQ, to where some folks out there on certain platforms and in certain regions ended up coming across some bugs and issues where they were also being forced to either keep Modern Warfare 2 installed, or it was accidentally downloading, the COD HQ app by itself with some Modern Warfare 2 content packs on top of MW3, which they actually wanted. I think whatever bugs persisted there will likely be ironed out, especially with a fresh release like Black Ops 6. But I think something that I took away from the Treyarch Q&A as of last week was that when people out there were asking some of the devs if theater mode or omnidirectional movement would come to other Call of Duties after Black Ops 6, I feel like it was safe to interpret that because of the COD Unified engine, something like theater mode in, let's say, a future Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer title is a lot more possible, considering Treyarch already essentially got the work done for Black Ops 6 on this engine, to where another dev can probably pick up where they left off and can somehow implement that a lot easier into their game, which is also sharing the same engine. So I think that's a plus, especially when it comes to a common complaint that, oh, one developer innovates in these areas, but the next developer comes out with a new COD and it's missing all those features that we just had from a previous dev. I think that criticism could probably come to an end now, because every developer will essentially have access to all the same features and tools on the same engine. So if something gets tested for Black Ops 6, it's probably a lot easier for other studios to then pick that up and incorporate whatever that is into their individual title. I think it's crazy that theater mode's only been a staple in just about every Black Ops game. I know it was in MW3 2011, but apart from that, we haven't seen this even attempted on an engine that wasn't Treyarch. So now that it's a part of Black Ops 6, really curious to see what the future is of theater for other developers. But when it comes to omnidirectional movement, that's another feature that doesn't have to be in every COD moving forward, but if it's as popular as I think it's going to be, you can bet that every dev's probably going to put their spin on it with their individual titles. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the COD HQ update here for Black Ops 6? How are you feeling about the file size and the platform support? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.